Hello everyone, welcome to the new session of cultivation of vegetables, potato, radish and carrot. So this is the first part of this session, and in this session we are going to study about an introduction to the potato crop. So there will be an introduction for the potato. Then we will see the different varieties of potato. There are many varieties of potato, so that also we are going to see in this session, and cultivation of potato and the season in which this particular crop is grown, so that also we are going to see. Preparation of the field, how to prepare the field for the potato crops, that we are going to discuss. And also we will discuss about some of the diseases that generally occur in the potato crops, so that we are going to discuss. Now, potato, scientific name is the Solanum tuberosum, and it is the most important food crop of the world. Now, this is very, very important, that this is the most important food crop of the world. Potato is a temperate crop grown under the subtropical conditions in India. So this is the temperate. Generally, it is a temperate crop, and our country is in the subtropical region, but still we grow a lot of potato, right? And the potato is a crop which has always been the poor man's friend. So it is quite a cheap food crop, right? So for everyone it is available, right? And many things are made prepared from these potato. So this is also one of the reason that it is considered as a poor man's friend. Potato is a poor man's friend. Potato is being cultivated in the country for the last more than 300 years ago. I mean, from 300 years, this is potato is used for the cultivated in the different countries, and this is from the last 300 years. So food, as we talk regarding the food, then potato is one of the very important food crop. Okay, so the scientific name of the potato is the Solanum tuberosum linus, and family is Solanaceae. So it belongs to the family Solanaceae, right? And that is why its genus name is the Solanum, right? And the tuber, its shape of the underground stem is in the form of tuber, so that is why it is called as tuberosum. So Solanum tuberosum. Now, here are some of the varieties of potato: Kufri Jyoti, Kufri Muthu, Kufri Swarna, Kufri Thangam, Kufri Malar, Kufri Soga, and Kufri Giriraj are commonly cultivated. These are some of the very important variety of potato. So here you can see the Kufri Jyoti, this is the Kufri Muthu, this is the Kufri Swarna, this is Kufri Giriraj, this is a Rosara variety. So red, the cover of the potato that you can see is the red, right? And this is Kufri Sinduri, that is also red, but this is quite round in shape, and this is quite oval. So there are these are some of the very important varieties. Okay, now the soil is one of the very important factor for the growing of this potato crop. So the soil should be friable, porous and well drained, right? So because this the potato, that is the underground stem, and that is used as a food crop, so that has to be this grow in the soil only. So the soil has to be very fertile. The soil should be friable. Porous means it should have a lot of air spaces, and well drained. The optimum pH ranges is 4.8 to 5.4. This is the pH, means acidic, right? And it prefers cool weather. The weather that required for the cultivation of potato is cool weather. So it generally grows in the winter season. And potato is mostly grown as a rain fed crop in the regions receiving a rainfall of 1200 to 2000 per annum. So this is like it require a lot of water, right, for the growing of this, and it is grown in the cool weather. The pH of the soil must be maintained around 4.8 to 5.4 acidic soil. It grows in the acidic soil, and the soil should be friable, porous, and well drained. So this is the type of soil that is required for the growth of the potato. Now, the potato are grown in the hilly region as well as in the plains, but the sowing time for the potato is different in the different the landforms. So the summer, March and April. If this is we are talking about the hills. So in the hilly region, this potato crop is if grown in the summer, right? Then what will be the month? March and April is the good month for the growth of the potato. If we are growing in the autumn season, then it is the August and September month. And irrigated, that is in the January and February. So you can see in the hilly region we are having many times, three times that we can grow this potato crop. But if we talk about the plains, so the planting is done during the October, November in the plains. So this is the starting of the winter season, right? This is the starting of the winter season, and you all know that in the hilly region, they are the weather is quite cooler. So we can have this particular potato crop three times in a year, but here in the plains, right? So only in the winter season when start, that is the October and November, we can grow this plants or the crop in the this particular month. But there are some of the in plains also two times this crop can be grown. About 3000 to 3500 kg per hectare of seed is required. So if we are talking about 1 hectare, right, we require the seed. Seed means this particular crop is grown with the help of the vegetative propagation. So what we do, we take a potato and it is having eye. You all know this eye is actually the nodal region. This is the node, and in between the two eye, the space is called as the internode. And this is the reason it is considered as a underground stem. So if you see the stem is having this area that is called as the node, from where the birds or the leaves emerges out, right, like this. And this is the internode region. Now in the case of this potato, we are also having this node and internode region. From this only a small this is called as eye, this node region is called as eye, and from here the small plant emerges out by the process of vegetative propagation. So what we do at the time of a seed preparation, we can cut this potato in the parts, but be sure that these four parts must have eye. Okay, so this much amount of a potato which is working as a seed here, right? This time this potato is working as a seed here. So we cut the potato in the four parts, and each part will be sown in the ground, and from that a new plant emerges out. So about 3000 to 3500 kg per hectare seed is required. Now the seed treatment. Use carbon disulfide. This is the chemical, and that is used as a 30 gram per 100 kg of seeds for breaking the dormancy and inducing the sprouting of the tuber. So it is used, this carbon disulfide is used to induce the sprouting in the tubers. When the tuber gets started sprouting, what will happen? A new plant emerges out like this. And when you sow this potato in the underground, you will have a full-fledged plant of the potato, and later after a month a new potato start growing attached to its roots. So in this way we can have a lot of potato from just a piece of potato tuber. So that is why this potato tuber is working as a seed. But before that, we how much seed is required per hectare, and what is the chemical that is used for inducing the sprouting in the tuber, that is the carbon disulfide. You must know this. Okay. True potato seed. The cost of the seed tuber and the spread of virus disease can be greatly minimized by using the true potato seeds. So sometimes these potato tubers are having a virus infection, nematodal infection, and even sometimes a fungal infection. So we can use the true potato seeds even. The hybrids developed by the Central Potato Research Institute, that is HPS1 by 13, HPS11 by 13, and HPS 24 by 111 are suitable for the true seed potato seed production. So these are some of the hybrids that has been developed from the Central Potato Research Institute. Okay, so you must remember these varieties. Sometime it may be asked that which of the following has been developed as a hybrid varieties by the Central Potato Research Institute. So these are some of the varieties: HPS 1 by 13, HPS 11 by 13, HPS 24 by 111. Now, the seeds are raised in nursery beds like other vegetables, and seedlings are transplanted 30 days after the sowing. So, these seeds are raised in nursery. Okay, and like other vegetables, and seedlings are transplanted 30 days after the sowing. So once you sow this you can say this potato tuber pieces as a seed, then when it emerges out seedling, then you can transplant that after the 30 days. So for raising 1 hectare of a crop, a quantity of 100 gram seed is required. So this is the actual seed we are talking about. Preparation of feed. Now, before this, we want to have a good crop group production of the potato, then we have to prepare our field. So prepare the land to the fine tilth, and in hill provide an inward slope in the terraces. Suppose we are doing the cropping in the hilly region, then we have to make a inward slope in the terraces, and provide drainage channel along the inner edges of the terraces. So this is very, very important, because drainage is one of the very important factor that play a crucial role in the production of good amount of potato. So form ridges and furrows with a spacing of 45 centimeter between the ridges, either by hand or hoe ridger. So here we can have ridges and furrows like this. Okay, so here we can have potato plant like this, and in these furrows you can have water, right? So in this way the cropping of the potato is planned, or the preparation of the field is done in for the field preparation. Now the planting. Use disease-free, well-sprouted tubers weighing 40 to 50 grams for planting. So, like this, we must take the disease-free. This is very, very important. Disease-free potato tuber for the planting. Right, and well sprouted tuber weighing around 40 to 50 grams for the planting. Plant the tuber at 20 centimeter apart. So if you have planted one of the tuber here, then another it must have a gap of 20 centimeter. Like this, you must maintain the gap. Now irrigation. So irrigate the crop 10 days after the planting. So once you have planted, now after the 10th day you will irrigate that plantation. Subsequent irrigation should be given once in a week, and we must give the subsequent irrigation, means after that the irrigation is followed once in a week. In a week you must provide water to the field in once in a week. So this should be followed for the irrigation process. Now apply 15 ton per hectare of farmyard manure and 2 kg each of azospirillum and phosphobacterium as a basal, and 120 kg nitrogen, 250 kg phosphorus and 120 kg potassium per hectare in 2 splits. So this is actually the farmyard manure, and these are some of the bacterium that should be present in the field, and half as basal at the balance of the top dressing on the 30 days after the sowing. So apply magnesium sulfate at 60 kg per hectare as a basal dose. So we have to provide these magnesium sulfate as well as a fertilizer. Now this is a very important problem that generally the farmers face while growing the potato crop, that is the weed. So they have to control the weeds. How to do that? The critical period of the weed competition is up to 60 days, and it is essential to keep the field weed free during that period, right? So this is the time when weed start doing the competition. Okay, after the 60 days weeds also start growing in the cropland. So this is the essential step that now the farmers have to eradicate that weed. Weed should not be there because it will compete with the plant for the nutrients, for the sunlight, for the water. Okay, so take up the first hoeing on the 45th day without disturbing the stolen. So you can do the hoeing process, and with the help of that you can take out those weeds from the cropland. Second hoeing and the earthing can be take up to 60th day. So at the 50th day you can do the first hoeing, and at the 60th day you can do the second hoeing. Pest. Now there are many different types of pest that do lot of harm to the potato crop. The first one is the nematodes. So avoid growing potato year after year in the same field. We must change our field. It means that suppose we are having 3 different piece of land. So if one year, first year I'm going growing potato in this particular field and wheat in this particular field and some other crop in this particular field, right? Suppose mustard is there. Then first year I have grown potato in this field. Then second year, next year I will grow potato in this, whereas the mustard in this. And the third year I will grow potato in this, and this you can say the mustard in this and wheat in this. So like this we can change the potato this field in which we have grown in the past year. So follow rotation with the vegetables and green manure. So we can apply some green manure, or we can apply some rotation with the other vegetables. Application of carbofuran, that is the 3 gram 1 kilogram and 30 kg per hectare in furrows while seeding. So we can apply this carbofuran, which can kill the nematodes which are present in the soil. The cyst nematode resistance variety, that is the Kufri Swarna, half dose of the above nematicide is enough. So this is the nematicide that can kill the nematodes, right? In the case of Kufri Swarna. Biological control of nematodes. We can control this nematode with the help of some other organism. So like the application of the Pseudomonas fluorescens, this is a bacteria, at 10 kg per hectare will control the nematode production. So when you spray this bacteria in the field, the nematode population will get controlled. It means that these nematodes are very harmful these bacteria, that is Pseudomonas fluorescens, is very harmful for the nematodes. Aphids are also used, and aphid can be controlled by spraying methyl dimeton 25 EC or dimethod 30 EC2 EC 2 milliliter per liter. So this is the way to control the aphids. Cutworms. Install light trap during the summer to attract the adult moth, and install a sprinkler irrigation system and irrigate the field in the daytime to expose the larvae for predation by the birds. So when you use the sprinkler irrigation method, what will happen? Its larva will get exposed, and when the larva of this moth get exposed, the birds come and have these larvae for as a food, like predation by the birds. Drench of the collar region of the plant is evening hours with the chloropyrifos or the quinolophos 2 milliliter per liter a day after planting. So this is also used for the cutworms, these chemicals. White grub. Summer plowing to expose the pupae and adults, right? So these are some of the grubs. So in the summer plowing, what will happen? The pupae and the adult will get exposed, and dust quinalphos 5D at the 25 kg per hectare for 10 days after the first summer rain. So this is done. This is the chemical that can be sprayed to kill these the pupa and the adult of the white grub. And install light trap between the 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. in the April-May month. So this light trap method can also be adapted, in which we can trap this white grub between 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the month of April and May. Handpick the adult beetles in the morning and handpick the third instar grub during the July and August. So in endemic areas, apply forate, that is 10 g 25 kg per hectare during the autumn season. Now in the case of autumn season, we can control this white grub by this having spraying of the forate 10 g at 25 kg per hectare. Potato tuber moth. Avoid shallow planting of tubers and plant the tubers to the depth of 10 to 15 centimeter deep. So this is the depth of the in the ground at which the tuber must be planted. If we place this tuber at a shallow level, then what will happen? It can get infected with the tuber moth. So install per pheromonate trap at 20 no per hectare and earth up to 60 days after planting to avoid potato tuber moth egg laying in the exposed tuber, because these potato tuber moth comes and lay egg near the potato when it is placed at the shallow level, right? So this can harms our potato. That is why it is asked to keep this potato tuber at the depth of 10 to 15 centimeter. To control foliar damage, NSKE 5% or quinolophos 20 EC 2 milliliter per liter, that is ETL 5% leaf damage, and keep pheromone trap godowns. So we can have this pheromone trap in the godowns also, and we can spray these chemicals to kill the potato tuber moth. In godowns, cover the upper surface of the potato leaves with lantana or the eupatorium branches to repel the oviposition of the moth. So now this lantana and eupatorium branches are used to avoid the oviposition of the moths, right? So we can use these leaves also. And treat the seed tuber with the quinalphos dust at the 1 kg per 100 kg of the tuber. So 1 kg per 100 kg of the tuber we can use or we can treat the seed tubers with the quinalophos to avoid this potato tuber moth. Late blight. Remove ground. So this is the fungal diseases, that is the late blight of potato, and that is why it is called as the disease of potato, right? So remove ground creepers which serve as a source of infection. So there are some ground creepers plants, so they contain those pathogen in that, and when you have a potato in the ground, these pathogen can harm our potato also. So we have to remove all these creepers from the ground. Spray Menacause B 2 gram per liter or chlorothalonil 2 gram per liter on 45, 60 and 75 days after the planting. So these chemicals we can spread by the intervals of 45, 60 and 75 days after the planting. Grow late blight resistant varieties. So here's this is a very important disease because it causes lot of damage after the seed has been set up, right? So we can use some of the resistant varieties like Kufri Jyoti, Kufri Malar and Kufri Thangam. So these are some of the disease resistant varieties that can be grown. Brown rot. Select brown rot disease free tubers and give proper drainage facilities. So this is also one of the disease that is called as the brown rot disease of potato. In this we have to select disease free tubers that are used as a seed plant, seed, right? And we can give a proper drainage facility to get to avoid this type of diseases. Remove and destroy the affected plant. Suppose you find some of the plants in your crop run that it is having the brown rot, then you can just simply avoid or take out that plants. Next disease is the early blight. Means there was a late blight, then there was an early blight. Blight occur early in the season. So early blight can be controlled by spraying manicozeb 2 gram per liter or chlorothalonil 2 gram per liter at 45, 60 and 75 days after the planting. So this is all about this session. We will have some more session to complete some of the diseases or the cultivation of some of the potato the crops, right? So this is all about this session. Thank you very much.